and welcome back. Today is Monday, October 6th. This is episode 113 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where I just got my hands on a copy of Mega Man 9, and my goddamn is it hard. So we're trying to figure it out right now.
Yeah, okay, so we got to pick which level to play. So that guy's name over there is Impossible Man. Let's not pick that guy.
No. That doesn't sound fun. How about, so there's this guy over here named Ass Rape Man. Now, I'm not entirely sure I'd want to get whatever special ability comes from beating Ass Rape Man, where it's like, you know, press A and the enemies call you daddy. I don't think that...
No. Oh, hey, there's a female boss over there. Check it out.
All right.
Tub Girl. Dude, turn it off.
One step ahead of you. I'm Tobin and
And I'm Yuzo Watanabe. This week we are covering a bunch of games. Sid Meier's Civilization 4, Colonization, Flock, Mega Man 9, Age of Booty, and Street Fighter 2 Ultra Mega HD Super Donkey Punch Edition.
Those games, the names get longer and longer and longer. So new releases include Fracture, Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway, Crash Bandicoot, Mind Over Mutant, and The Legend of Kage or Kage. Kage 2.
Come on, man. It's Japanese.
It hurts me. Kage! Kage.
As always, we'll have site news, culture, and community news, but let's get started with our featured game, Civilization 4, Colonization. See, I've made my own rum out of sugar. Distilled it with my master distiller.
You are a talented man.
That's right. Rum and Coke.
Yeah.
I guess Coke.
How many towns we had to pillage for that rum?
Quite a few. And you know the coca leaves that we were able to transfer over from the New World was great.
Yes.
So this is a pretty big game. I know you're not that excited about it.
Not so much.
But this is Civilization 4 Colonization. So there's a couple of things I want to lay out on the line with this game. So
wait, what kind of game is it?
It's a turn-based strategy game, which involves lots of cities and advisors. And,
wow, that's awesome!
Yeah, taxes. You can change the
taxes!
Rate.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah,
got a big tax hard on right now.
I don't know if I want to see that.
All right, so it's a kind of like all the Civilization games before.
Yeah, exactly. Except so originally, way back in the day when I was a wee lad, a game called Sid Meier's Colonization came out. So this was, I believe, after Civilization, but before Civilization 2, somewhere around that time frame, maybe after 2, whatever, something like that. And the whole idea about it was that you were playing the same kind of game as Civilization, except it was like a theme. So basically, you were the New World. You are either the Dutch, the Spaniards, the English. French.
Who else had colonies?
French.
Sure, why not?
Probably a few other people.
Yeah.
And so they would come and then basically exploit all of the Indians and then try to conquer. And then, of course, every once in a while you try to declare independence. All that. It's
a little bit of history.
A little bit of history.
Yeah.
It was nice.
The people being colonized never win.
No. But the thing is, they did treat the treatment of the natives in a pretty nice way. I mean, you still fought them sometimes. They would go to war with you. Yeah. But there's no scalpings and there's no
You're and you probably have goals of keeping them happy by not taxing too much or not doing this or not doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And you can trade them guns and you can do also. You can get them as allies to fight you against like the French and Indian War. Although I think they fought the French, didn't they?
I don't know.
I don't remember. No. So there's all that kind of stuff. But they actually took the Civ 4 engine, upgraded it a bit, and then made the same sort of thing, but they tweaked it a bit.
Okay.
So now, not only are you going and building your own colonies, but you are also getting immigrants coming over. Okay. So before you would just grow your town and just kind of grow it, but now a lot of your town is actually getting people that are upset at their own home country and getting them over to man your towns.
Okay, so you're trying to sell it, you're trying to...
Exactly, yeah, you're saying...
So you have an advertising budget?
Well, basically, yeah, if you have churches, and if you make more crosses, then more people come.
Whoa.
Right, because it's religious freedom, right?
It's like Rio de Janeiro. You can put the big Jesus up on the mountain.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, dude. So you can do all that kind of stuff.
Selling it, bitch!
But not only that, they added the second component to it. So the second component is basically you only have a certain amount of time before your home country says, because
start kicking back.
Well, the thing is, right about 10 turns in, they go, oh, by the way, your tax rate was 0, now it's 1, and everything you sell back is 1. Oh, by the way, now it's 8.
Ooh.
Now it's 12.
Ooh.
And, that kind of goes along a bit, right? So you're doing
then
that.
You get to start deciding to break off from
exactly.
your home.
But not only that, you can avoid that taxation if you throw a party. I.e., you can basically sell back to any of these guys cotton, sugar, tobacco, any of that stuff. So you can hold a tobacco party. But then you don't take that tax rate, but you can never trade that particular thing again.
Oh.
So it's a little interesting little
twist,
right?
So it sounds like it was pretty fun then.
Oh, yeah. Well, so it was really interesting. So they actually did a lot of cool stuff where they took some of the annoyances from the original Colonization as well as Civ 4 and kind of fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot more automation. You can do a lot more stuff by yourself, without basically everything automated. You can have governors saying, hey, do this, hey, do this, hey, do this.
So things that might be shit work,
yeah.
you can kind of pawn off a little bit.
But they added one shit element which really frustrates me.
What's that?
So normally when you get people, you can either get petty criminals, indentured servants,
yeah,
or just normal free colonists.
Okay.
Which are kind of like 3 classes, and each one get educated. Takes a little bit longer to make them normal.
Okay.
Basically, but they're cheaper, right? So just like if you become like Australia,
you got this toothless homeless guy. But it's going to take you a year to like make him stop wetting himself.
Make him a farmer,
yeah.
basically, right? But you can also spend more money and get actual experts. But that's the whole point. So you can get expert farmers, expert lumberjacks, expert distillers.
Sure.
And each time you do that, you put them on a thing, and that doubles whatever they do.
Okay.
Compared to a normal citizen.
Yeah.
Right? So and that's kind of a cool thing, except all of a sudden, now you have 9, squares, which each have different, various things, and you can basically train somebody saying, like a farmer, I'm going to make him farm. A fisherman, I'm going to make him fish.
Okay.
Him, I'm going to make a lumberjack.
Yeah.
And you got to say, okay, well, this town can take these kinds of people, and then this will be my fur town.
Yeah.
I'll make like a lot of fur coats.
Yeah.
Right? And it's cool, except now you have 6 towns.
Okay. So each one has to pick a specialty or something?
Or whatever, based off what they have and all that kind of stuff. Except converting your guys into other one is such a pain in the ass. So if you have a normal colonist and you want to make him an expert, you have a couple of options. Number one, you send him to one of the native villages who's an expert in one of the basic either lumberjack or tobacco growing or that, and you make him live with the natives.
Okay.
So he becomes a native for a little bit, hangs out, maybe screws Pocahontas, whatever. Right? I mean, does what he needs to do and learns the skills that he needs, and then a few turns later he comes back.
Okay.
But then by a few turns later, you got to figure out, okay, why did I send him over to become a fisherman?
Okay.
Which
so
town does he go to?
There's like maybe some pacing issues with.
No, it's a management issue.
It's a management of resources.
Well, the fact that like number one, like okay, I know this town needs 2 carpenters because I just have normal citizens there right now. This town needs a blacksmith. This town needs 2 things, and basically I then need to move all my normal guys to the town with my university.
Okay.
Have him hang out there. That guy, like the class I want to train needs to be in the same town for him to learn that trade.
So what would have made it more fun? Like what are you what?
I don't know, but basically, like, here's what I'm doing. I have a list of all my towns, and I'm writing down what each one needs.
Oh, wow.
And
so
then I'm saying, like...
That's like old school. That's like what we used to do back in the day when you're like, all right, I need to train up one more point in this. Like in fucking Final Fantasy, I used to, like, keep sheets where I was just like, okay, I know that this sword is +7, so I'm looking for anything that's like, you know...
You're optimized. And the thing is, like, I still did that with MMOs. Like, I'll say, like, okay, I want one of these 5 drops.
Okay.
Remember, you kind of did that because it got so complicated. But this is a Civ game where there should be tools for all that kind of stuff. And I couldn't
So they missed the automation in that kind of management resource.
Well, they made it so that you now had to micromanage jobs within the thing. Before in Civilization, you basically had a wheat thing. You took a citizen, you made him there, and he made him a wheat thing. You put him down in research, he turned into a scientist.
Yeah.
But now I have to move them or order them from here
Gotcha. So how about the battling and all that stuff?
I didn't even actually fought because I'm playing on one of the easier levels just to figure out because they changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And like number one, all the natives love me. So they're just giving me shit. They're like, here's some tobacco, here's some cotton.
The benevolent dictator.
I know. So it's like I haven't kicked their ass yet, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like I didn't even got to the point where they started attacking me yet because at some point they start sending their armies.
So can you win this game of Civilization? Like, what's the end point that you're playing?
The end point is to declare independence. Right.
Okay.
So not only that, it's actually a much smaller game in scope than a Civilization. Civilization you can
because you're not conquering the world; you're just declaring independence from somebody else.
And there's the New World map.
Yeah.
And then there's some other map. There's like 2 types of maps. It's very small, but all that given, $25.
$25?
Yeah.
Wow, like
it's a full game. You don't need. It's not an expansion. You don't need Civilization 4.
That's surprisingly affordable.
Yeah. So
okay. So given that it's that price point, how are you feeling on the thumbs up, thumbs down issue?
So this particular annoyance, I'm hoping after some time I'll figure out that to overcome that annoyance.
Okay.
And it's still a minor annoyance. I have a piece of paper with 6 towns on it, and I wrote a few things like whatever. That's the way I figured out how to do it. And everything else is fun.
Yeah.
It's got that same just one more turn aspect to it, and it's $25. It's just like I can't not recommend it at that price.
And it's interesting enough that you're keeping a piece of paper to track that stuff. I mean, that says something in and of itself that you're willing to do this obviously annoying thing.
Because I'm optimizing, dude. Once I got like fucking 2 fur trappers pumping out fur coats, and I got my 2 like weavers like pumping, and I'm selling them back.
Yeah.
To the thing, and I'm making all this money. It's just
you got 2 fluffers. You got you're setting up. There's like a felcher.
A felcher.
There's a couple Cleveland Steamers. There's a tub girl.
It's a great game. You can get all that.
That's awesome. That's so deep. I wouldn't have expected those elements in a game like that.
I mean, basically, your choice of your occupations in the new world
wide open.
Outstanding.
All right. So you're saying thumbs up for $25?
Thumbs up, $25. If it was a $60 game or a $50 game, no. Because it's very small scope. I'm not going to be playing this for months.
Yeah.
Not like Civ 4. So.
Gotcha. So next is a bevy of games, as it were, that we got to play. So you and I got to go to a Capcom event for the launch of Age of Booty.
And I'm not sure if it's the launch per se. Well, whatever. It's a particular event for Age of Booty.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of other games there, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, we thought we were going to get to go and just play Age of Booty, but it turns out that they really brought a whole set of their other games that are either already out or coming out soon.
Yeah, actually, because I mean, Mega Man was just out, and some of the games are actually pretty good. So we're going to start with the first one, which I think a lot of people are curious about.
Yes.
Super Street Fighter 2.
Turbo HD
remix.
So. Yeah.
Colon
Donkey Punch Super
Blanca
Ultra
Returns.
Mega.
Yes.
Blanca. So what they did is they went back and they hand painted the cells.
Oh, I know.
Like they said that because he was joking about how long it took the game to come out. Like they announced this.
I don't think he was joking that much. Did he?
Well, I mean, he was just saying like I know that we promised this a long time ago.
They did. Like 2 years ago, they promised. They said, "Hey, we're gonna redo Street Fighter 2." Because before the port that's on Xbox Live right now is pretty much a straight port.
Right. It looks shitty. It just looks really old school.
But this one, dude.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. So they went back and they just every single animated frame. And the funny thing is they kept all the animations exactly the same. So it's not like they're going to anger old school fans.
No,
they just made it look so good.
Oh, I know. And not only that, it's just like they actually added all the other characters. So Street Fighter 2 has a certain set of characters. Tournament added Vega and a couple other people.
There was some guy in Street Fighter 3 that was like a big American Indian with like
T-Hawk.
Pink. Yeah, T-Hawk. There's all these dudes. I stopped playing at Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Turbo Champ Championship Edition was the last one I played.
Yeah.
With Vega, whichever one had Vega.
Yeah, fucking Vega. But so these guys were added later, but some people were like showing up there rabid. They're like, fucking T-Hawk, I'm unstoppable, blah, blah, blah. So people were just like, there was a crowd the entire night around Street Fighter 2.
And it never died down. Like other games that we'll talk about later, like nobody was playing for good reason, but this one. And they actually had the, God, who makes it? It's the big stick manufacturer, not, who is it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Mad Cats.
Yeah.
That's my answer to everything.
The good stick manufacturer. Yeah. It's the one with the 6 buttons, and actually it felt good. I'm actually going to get one.
It did. It felt really good. The only problem that I would say is that you'd want to kind of attach it to a surface because we were getting these things that when you'd play, it's not super heavy, so people would be playing and be kind of shifting around the table.
I think you got to play with more finesse, dude.
That's true.
That's the problem. You were like, because basically, I saw you playing Blanca, and you were really like,
that's not
doing
true.
the electricity move all the time.
That's not true. That's not true. I've got moves. I had plenty of moves. I do
cheese moves.
Cheese. No. Blanca is unstoppable. He's awesome. So I played Blanca and I beat some dude. There was this one guy that was fucking crazy.
Which one did he play?
There's one guy that played Vega that was like unstoppable.
Well, I played him against Vega and I won the first one. Then he beat me the next two. But
and there's this one guy that was so good at Dalzim.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah,
so there are these people that were like kind of busting out their skills, like they're dusting them off and
whatever.
But it was kind of cool. So it's like a bunch of people, drinking beers, playing Street Fighter 2, and you realize that it's at the heart of it still a very good deep game.
Yep.
And it's as long as you make the graphics good enough that people enjoy it again. This is a great looking game.
It's going to be great. I mean, my main concerns are a couple things, right? Number one, if they try to charge too much, if it's like $15, I'll be a little iffy.
Should
$10
be 10.
Should be 10. The other thing is the network, right? Because when the original Street Fighter 2 on Xbox Live came out, the network was terrible.
It was unplayable.
It was totally unplayable. So, do you think they're going to fix it? I mean, really?
I don't know.
Have you played a good fighting game that was networked?
No, that's true.
I don't think it can happen.
That's true. I mean, the thing is you're not sitting that well. You're not sitting that much data, but the timing of it is crucial.
Is crucial. Like any sort of latency, if it's too much,
if it's like a tenth of a second, you're just like fucking. I totally should have had him. So it's like people are going to start complaining. So I really hope they fixed it. They spent so much time on this that it looks so polished that I give them the benefit of the doubt. I think that like they look like they took this seriously. And they know that online is an important component.
I know, but I mean, from my perspective, there has not been a really truly successful online fighting game.
Yeah.
So, and since this is so important, it's so important to have good things. It's just like it'll be a great local game, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to suck. I'm betting it's going to suck online.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what I mean?
we'll got to try it out. We got to try it out and see. Is it out yet?
No.
Okay.
There's still it's getting there.
2 more years.
2 more years.
2 more years, it'll be fucking awesome. But they have it, so it's done and it's playable. I mean, like they're probably waiting for certification, whatever.
Yeah, and all the backgrounds and everything looks great. I mean, people were like saying like in Chun-Li's level, like, dude, that chicken looks awesome.
Yeah.
The guy hanging out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so lifelike.
So I would I give that a definite thumbs up. That was a
yeah.
fantastic port. If you like Street Fighter 2, even if you don't, if you like newer fighters, this is like where it all came from.
And the only way I would say like don't get it is if you're gonna rely on it being online, right?
Yeah. If you're one of those Tekken pussies, fuck Tekken. Nobody needs Tekken.
What about Virtua Fighter? Well, same thing. Yeah.
I'm not down with Virtua Fighter.
Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive, I'm down with.
Yeah,
Dead or Alive's pretty cool. So next up,
the boobs. That's the only reason you like Dead or Alive.
I'm not gonna lie, that's true. I like that you can go into the menu, and for some reason, the higher you crank their age up, the bigger their boobs get. Where it's like you make them 99 years old, and they look fantastic. Except they got these boobs that are like fucking flapping in the wind.
I never noticed that.
Yes.
I never actually played with a thing.
You can change their age.
Well, I do know the boobs move independently, which I think was a great advancement in boob physics.
Well, I mean that's why they put 8 cores on the PS3, is they wanted to have butt cheeks and breasts. Each one gets a core.
Each one is responsible for the physics calculations.
That's why they did it. It's very important.
Lifelike.
Breasts are hard to render. It's like SETI at home.
You know what they need to do?
What?
They need to get fucking like. They need to get folding at home.
Yeah.
Except expand it to be boob modeling at home, so that when one person, like basically, you recruit 100 people to actually turn their machines on to render you boob physics for you,
and then you'll have the best.
And
looking
then one
boobs.
person will have the best.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm plugging the Angelina Jolie model. Yes. So next up is Flock.
Okay, what the fuck is up with this
What
game?
the flock is this all about? This game was flocking terrible.
It was a flocking bullshit. That's what it was. It was
Flock this game.
It was an interesting game concept.
Well, okay.
Concept, right? Conceptually, it was like, okay, you're a space alien and you are grabbing livestock for some sort of purpose.
Yeah.
I'm assuming probing or dissecting or whatever. But you have a spaceship and you're using some sort of beam to scare them.
Yes, you got like a repeller beam or a scare beam, basically.
A scare beam, yeah.
And so your whole thing is like there's an endpoint over here and there's a shitload of bears or sheep or elk or whatever. And you just chase them around with your ship and try and get them to go to your ship.
And it feels terrible.
It was nothing but frustrating. So it's like if you move, you're coming at the sheep and they bolt in every direction and surrounded every which way is cliff.
Yeah.
So you and I were playing together. We're both pretty good gamers, and we're like trying to shuttle these sheep. And it's like if you make one move, they just jump off the cliff, and you're dead.
I mean, I think you can like pick them up or whatever and do something else, but it wasn't fun. I couldn't find the fun.
Oh God, it
anywhere.
made me furious.
Yeah.
And the thing is what it came down to is. You want to play a game where you learn how to do things well. You do things quickly. It's a game that's like energetic.
Yeah.
But the only way to be good at this game was to basically inchworm the fucking sheep. So we would just be like bump 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 bump. Just like we were just kind of looking at each other. We're like, how soon can we put these controllers down and not be rude about it?
Level 2.
Level 2 was how far we got. And there's like a dude behind us that was obviously one of the developers. He's like, yeah, you got to get the repeller beam over. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, dude. Why does this game suck so much?
Yes, we didn't actually say that. We're not that big of a dick, but
no, it did in my head. If I'd had a couple more beers, I was right on the threshold of being like, fuck this. So Flock is terrible.
Flock is bad. Don't even bother. It's going to be a downloadable game of some sort.
No.
It's not going to be fun. Terrible.
Next up. Mega Man 9.
Mega Man 9. So it's actually already out, I believe, at least on WiiWare. I think it's coming out on 360 and PSN pretty soon, this week probably. I like Mega Man. I played Mega Man 1 and 2 as a kid, and I really enjoyed it. I remember it being pretty hard. I remember having fun at it.
It was pretty hard, but it's one of those things where it's like, even with the skill level of an 8-year-old, I would eventually get through the level. I'd eventually beat the bosses. Yeah,
totally. You'd get the save points or whatever, the password levels or whatever.
I didn't feel, for example, that the game was malicious.
You didn't feel like the game was basically slapping you around constantly.
Yeah, it was just like a big just dick in my face. I was just like, wow, I can't quite see the screen from the dong in my eye.
We were talking about it, right? We were playing. It's just like, this reminds me of that stupid-ass Mario game where every single thing you do, you die.
It was a joke that went around the internet a little back. Somebody made like a fake level where this guy is playing through a fake Mario level where anything he does, he dies.
Yeah, you touch a cloud and you die.
Yeah.
You do whatever.
But they actually did that on purpose in this one. Like, before, there was puzzles to figure out in Mega Man. This one, there'll be like a jumping puzzle where you're like, jump, 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 and then there's obviously a space you're supposed to jump into. And if you jump into it, a block appears there and you fall down and die.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you'll fall through a hole in the floor, and immediately, like on the next screen, as soon as the screen loads, immediately down there is a spike, and you hit it and die.
You die immediately. You don't even get hurt. You die.
Absolutely no way that the first time through that level you could avoid it.
No.
So all you have to do is go back and be like, okay, I know at this point there was a spike. Push over to the left. Next screen, you die. So you go, miss the spike, get the next screen, and try and get over that.
And you start all the way at the back at the beginning.
Screen
no
of the
checkpoints, nothing. So it's all about memorizing. It's all about pattern recognition. And I believe that is what Mega Man was all about. Used to be, right? But not to this level.
Not so much. This was one of those things where it's like you and I were playing, we'd kind of hand the remote back and forth.
Yeah.
But it wasn't one of these things where it's like you die, you're like, oh, I'm going to get that next time. You die, you're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, fuck you. And like, you could hear us saying that, like, each one of us be playing, you're like, you'd fall and die, you're like, fuck!
One of the Capcom guys was like behind us, like snickering.
Yeah.
Right? And we were like, the thing is, it was kind of fun watching you play.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it was like this amusement value in someone else being dick smacked.
Yeah, I'm just like, Tobin, why did you die again?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, why didn't you remember to do that the third time or something like that, right? But even that gets a little old after a while. I mean, seriously.
It's like The Simpsons where they say it's funny because it's not me.
That's true. But then you gave me the controller and said,
yeah,
you.
Exactly. I was just like, oh, somebody's got a big mouth.
Yeah.
Please show me how it's done. You're like, ha ha ha.
And I'm like,
this isn't fun anymore. Why am I not laughing anymore?
So we tried a couple of different levels. We were trying one which was like really hard, and it was Impossible Man or something, Asteroid Man or something like that. And then it was Underwater Woman, and that was
Tub Girl.
Tub Girl. And the Capcom was saying we should try that one. That one's the easiest.
Was not easy.
No, not at all.
So, it looks like the old Mega Man. The sounds are good. The jumping's good. I mean, like, it feels really good. It's just that the level design was just mean, and it doesn't end up being mean in a fun way.
No, it's mean in a masochistic way, and I think if you're into that, you'll love this game.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you just want to, like, every screen you die, and then you start over, and you practice so you can get 30 screens in a row perfect. Then maybe this game is for you.
And that's not me. You know what it is? It's almost like a driving game because all you're doing in driving game is trying to figure out the basic the line,
route,
and then you memorize that and you just
hit the line.
Yeah. So people that actually like that sort of thing, you'll like this. But for us, man,
you have to have a screw loose to like that kind of shit. I'm just saying, like, if you think it's fun to die 80,000 times to find the right way through a level.
But when I watch people play Mega, like I was watching somebody play Mega Man 9 at Comic-Con, and he was basically playing it perfectly. He was like, jump, shoot, shoot, jump, shoot, shoot, go, jump. And basically he did not get hurt once, nothing. And I can kind of tell he was like in a zone.
Yeah, so if you're Rain Man, if you've got like, if you've actually got a screw loose where like that fucking really appeals to you, then maybe you'll like this game.
But not us.
Not at all.
No.
However, this last game, I have to say, is surprising for me.
So, like, the thing is, it is an RTS. Okay?
Yeah, so it's Age of Booty.
Age of Booty, it's an RTS on PSN, PC, 360.
Yeah.
You liked it.
I loved it.
But it's an RTS.
I know.
So why?
It's hard to get at the root of it. So there's a couple reasons why. So for one thing, there's no such thing as micromanagement. You have one agent that is you. You are one pirate boat. Yep. And you're going around, and the whole point is usually to capture X number of towns.
Yeah, all the games that we played were all that, basically.
Right. So you go and you as you capture resources like rum or gold or wood.
Not just capture resources, you're actually capturing towns with the resources, which are all kind of random. So every map is different, which is all really cool.
So you're going around, you're capturing this stuff, and if you get enough wood and gold, whatever, you can go back and upgrade your ship and get better cannons and shields. But yet again, it wasn't one of these things where there's an 87 branch research path. No, it's just like, damn it, should I research like woodworking or lathing or it's one of these things where it's just like you've got fucking shield, speed and gun.
That's it.
And
with 3 levels of each.
Yeah. Right? That's it. And you're not setting up any sort of micromanagement. You're not running back and forth to get wood. You're not setting up peons to do this bullshit.
It's you. And that's the thing. They added an element where it's like, okay, you can go back to decide to upgrade your ship so you can either take stuff faster or kill the other team. But if you're like a couple of towns down, you actually have to go after another town.
Yes.
So there's all these levels of decision making, which I really enjoy.
But it just ends up being so amazingly fun. Here's another thing that I think was cool about it was the fact that you could look right at something and see how strong it was. Yeah. So like the game was very transparent. It's kind of like chess, where it's like there's no hidden things. There's no fog of war. Mm-hmm. So like fog of war annoys the piss out of me too. There's just something about like
you could see where the other team was at all times and see where they're heading and basically change your strategy accordingly.
Absolutely. And so I will say one thing is that I don't know if I'd play this game by myself.
Oh no!
Like what made this game absolutely and utterly fun was that you and I were playing this together, and it was like okay, shit, I just upgraded my guns. You go over to this town over here. I'm gonna go get these woods. I mean, like, and there's this really fun thing of like, even when things go bad, you're just like. Like you're getting attacked by 2 other ships. You're like, shit, I'm dying. Try and help me. And I get over there and you die. And it's like, oh, I'm going to come and get him next time.
Yeah, because you just respawn.
You just respawn. There's no penalty. It's just like as soon as you die, you respawn because it's all about the order that you do things. They're not like sitting there waiting 10 seconds to respawn and you're bored and you're angry. And there's no such thing as like a cheap headshot. There's no such thing as like Zergling Rush because there's one guy. There's no cheap playing.
You can do a Zergling Rush by going after certain things, but the thing is you can decide, right? Like basically if the number of towns that you have to control is 5 to win the map, right? You're both at 4. You should not be going after a new town. You need to take one of their towns, right?
Yes.
And so on and so forth. And you're just kind of doing this back and forth. And the thing is, the rounds don't last that long.
No.
But some of the rounds were like 7-8 minutes, and it was just back and forth, and it was exciting.
Yeah. You end the game, and you're like hearts pounding. Because, I mean, you'll get these things where it's like they've got 4 towns. You're like, fuck, dude, they have 4 towns. We're like,
dude, we
run
gotta
over
stop
and just
this.
like, and then, but there's all these things about like, well, wait, they've got the wood town, and like wood is a really valuable resource. So we're like, all right, and then we'd do these weird tricky things where like you would go over and just keep them busy at the wood town, and they'd be both coming over and they'd keep killing you.
And you would sneak up,
but I'd be sneaking up and getting other towns and shit. So I mean, there's just the balance and the polish.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the last RTS that I liked other than like StarCraft, and this game fucking
and it's on console.
It's on a console,
which is the weirdest thing. And not only that, the other thing I like about it is the fact that it's basically limitless in the number of potential matchups. Right? We were just playing 2-on-2, but you can have up to 8 players. You can have 3-on-3-on-2.
Yeah,
it was 9. I don't know. 4-on-4.
4-on-4. 2-on-2-on-2-on-2.
1-on-1. Like free for all.
Yeah. So on the player selecting level, you just choose colors of flags, so you can literally and your 8 friends can just match up in any sort of way you want. And, we were doing 2-on-2 matches, but 4-on-4 would be crazy. 4 teams of 2 would be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the NooBTooB army is going to eat this game up, and I'm just really hoping that the online play is as good as the local multiplayer that we played.
And that's the thing we were worried about, right? We were talking to the developers. It was like, hey, man, this game is great.
Yeah.
This experience of multiplayer is awesome. You better make the network code good. And he's like, well, actually, I worked on network code, and it should be.
Yeah.
Right? He was just saying, like, everybody, who knows what'll happen. But he said it's going to be a release within the month.
Yeah.
For $10.
Fucking $10! So, at this point in the show, there is a little bit of uncertainty. So, the guys that ran the thing filmed us the whole time.
Yeah.
Now, we
did so there was a tournament, a two-man tournament.
There was a 2-man tournament, a 2-man ladder tournament.
Yeah.
They would take any comers, and we showed up and we signed up for the tournament.
And the thing is, like, this is a press thing, right? So there's all these gamers, and all
like
this.
professional
like
gamers.
IGN, we saw IGN there. We saw a bunch of guys. So they're all playing, right?
Yeah.
And we were Team NooBTooB.
Team NooBTooB. So before we say the results, if I was able to edit together these clips, if they sent me the video they promised me, at this point we will have a little segment.
So I heard there's a secret prize.
So seriously, this game is fun.
It is.
I'm really digging it.
Thumbs up.
You'll be getting a thumbs up on NooBTooB.
Yes. Awesome.
is always like, our defense was really good and so was our offense.
There you go. That works. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that happened. Maybe not. Who knows?
Who knows? But
dude, we kicked ass.
We won the entire tournament.
Oh my god.
We fucking like we were on our game. Like there was just like this.
Oh yeah.
We both had a couple beers in us. It made us smarter, like beer
bit.
tends to do. And it was just every fucking round we got put up against people, and we just kept getting better and better at the game.
They started fucking with us too, because we were playing, right? And we were like, okay, first round was easy. We totally ruined them. The next one, he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you like the easiest one. They basically found out who was playing the best of the other rounds, and they put them against us.
Yeah,
fuckers.
So yeah, he totally lied to us. He's like, yeah, these guys aren't very good. We'll put you up against them. And like, we looked up at one point in the game, you had to get to 5 towns, and it was 4-1. They were beating us 4-1. We're like, motherfucker.
What?
So. Finally, the last competition, we actually beat the developers.
Yeah,
because they got cocky.
They were real. So we were like talking about like, oh, so you'll probably kick our ass because we got to play you after all this other stuff. So just give us some AI help.
Yeah. They're like, there's no doubt we're gonna kick your ass. Like they're like, there's like not even be a contest. We wrote this game. We're awesome at it.
Oh, yeah.
So when we suggested that they give us an AI,
we just said,
they're just like, haha, yeah, we could beat you with an AI too.
Yeah.
So. We thought they'd give us one AI, and they gave us 2 AIs.
They were getting a little cocky.
They were getting cocky. They're like, we could whip your ass with all the AIs. So they gave us 2 AIs, and they played against us, and they were talking all this shit and whatever.
Oh, we ruined them.
We fucking wrecked them.
In like 3 minutes.
Oh, my God. We just walked all over them. So, I mean, it wasn't a fair contest.
No. But if we had one AI, I still think we would have won.
We were pretty good at that game.
Yeah.
We were pretty good at that game.
We had only played. So the thing is, like, we were looking at it, and we were like, we're going to probably do pretty good at this. So we went and we practiced on the other one for a little bit.
Nobody has any idea how competitive Yuzo and I are. We're just like, like there's all these free beer, there's all this free food, and we're like drinking. We're like, dude, you want to go practice? Yeah, fuck yeah. All right, let's go beat up some noobs. And it's just like people are playing like, like people are walking up like, ha, what's this fun game? We're like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I beat you, ha ha ha. And they're like, ah. So.
And the thing is, it was like so epic. The very last round we played, and they were pretty good. It was Team China. Versus us.
Just smacked the ever-loving bejesus out of them.
Yeah, they had no chance.
Yeah, so we were good. We were on point that night. It was really fun.
It was a very proud moment for Team NooBTooB.
But the fact that it was this engaging and this fun, the reason why we tell this whole story to begin with is not so much to rest on our laurels and brag a little bit, but the rest of it is just like, you can see how excited we are, and this game is that fun. And if you play against your friends, you're going to have this much fun. It's just, there'll be shit-talking, there'll be strategies, there'll be all this stuff. The game, I honestly can't think of a complaint about it.
The only complaint I can have is if the multiplayer sucks, which we don't know, right?
So we will talk about the multiplayer when it comes out. If it sucks, we're going to have to mention that.
Yeah.
But
no, that will kill the game for me.
Yeah.
Like, that will kill it. So
that's true.
If it doesn't work, then... the thing is, also, I want to mention, they are actually giving out Pirate Age of Booty beta keys on File Planet.
Oh.
So all you have to do is register for it. So I actually got one for PC.
Very nice.
So I'm in, but every time I go, like, there's no games. I don't know what the deal is.
So the other thing is we'll give more information about this as the time comes, but the producers said that they were interested in possibly getting some game events with NooBToobers. It's all very vague, so we're not going to talk about it now, but if something happens, we'll announce it on the show. We might have some sort of contest for NooBToobers.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the games we've been playing. Quite a few.
Yes. Age of Booty thumbs up.
Age of Booty thumbs up.
Obviously.
Yeah.
As we fucking jizz all over the game for like 20 minutes. So, Fracture. Your favorite game in the whole world. Yuzo gave this 17 thumbs up.
17 thumbs up for this amazing first-person shooter.
So I loved Fracture. You did not.
I did not. And apparently on the YouTube comments for our episode, the opinion is mixed.
It's right down the middle.
Basically, half people are saying, yeah, I agree with Yuzo. I think it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And the other half is like, Tobin is amazing. Like, what? Of course he's right.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny, which makes sense because you and I are both very different kinds of gamers.
Yeah.
And we kind of represent different constituents, as it were.
Yes.
Like the attractive, really talented gamers.
Yes,
and then
the sexy Asian something.
So anyway, people are split on this. The ones that are right think that it's good.
The ones that are more right I think that it sucks.
So I'll play this when it comes out, and it may be like, what was that fucking game I just recently played? The Norse one.
Too Human.
Too Human, where I was like, Too Human's going to be kind of fun, and it wasn't.
This is totally going to be just like Too Human.
I think this is better.
I see the lack of depth.
I think it's going to be good. So I'm going to play this when it comes out, Fracture.
LucasArts also made Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed, I gave a thumbs up. Reluctant thumbs up.
Oh,
a thumbs up rental.
I think you might get a reluctant thumbs up to this
Maybe.
one.
We'll see. I hope this is as fun as the demo was, because I really enjoyed that demo.
But not a buy, right?
All 3 seconds of it was awesome. I was like, yes! Game over.
Yeah, it was pretty damn short. But actually, I liked it being that short, because if it kept on playing, I would have been like, fuck this game.
All right, so next up is Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway.
Yeah, so this is one of those ones where it's a squad base, you're sending people out.
Like that army one.
Four Hammers.
Yes, so it's like that one, the army training game that came out.
Yeah. Full Spectrum Warrior.
Full Spectrum Warrior, which I really, really liked.
Yeah, this one's more squatty. It's more like actually Graw, I think. You remember Graw, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not that excited. It's another World War II game.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like the modern combat in Full Spectrum Warrior. That made it a little bit more fun for me.
Yeah, so I think I'll wait. If a lot of people on NooBTooB say it's an amazing game, I'll probably go rent it at some point, but not anytime soon.
So you know how we keep talking about how Ratchet has spoiled me? When I play World War II games, you know how fucking angry I am when you get some rickety shit little like fucking sighting down the thing like I'm just like, where's the fucking force weapons? I want the beams. I want it's like I get to the point where I'll play these World War II games. I'm like, come on, give me a real gun.
Well, so if you actually play another Insomniac game in World War II, you can actually get really cool weapons. You know what
Resistance?
game that is? Yeah.
We'll play Resistance 2 when it comes out. Resistance 1 was...
I might play Resistance.
Dude, 1 was not good.
I saw it at PAX, and it was not that good, dude.
Yeah.
It really wasn't.
So, yeah, Brothers in Arms, neither one of us will probably play this, I can't imagine.
No. The next one, we might give a try. We
Maybe.
actually like the next one. So Crash Bandicoot, Mind Over Mutant. It's on pretty much everything. We played it on both the Wii and the 360 last year, I think it was.
We did?
Yeah. Don't you remember? It was a Crash Bandicoot game, and you got to ride the animals, and it was like that was the big thing about it.
Oh,
so it just came and went. It was real.
Yeah,
cool.
wow, okay.
But it was fun, and we gave it a rental.
Yeah, okay.
Thumbs up.
All right, so we will check this out when it comes out. Crash Bandicoot is always kind of hit and miss because it's the bottom of the barrel platformer.
It's still above Banjo-Kazooie.
And it's still above Spyro. Spyro has fallen the farthest of all the games. The old original Spyro PS2 games were challenging. They were tough, and they were tight. They were just really polished and really well done, and as they got on, they got clunkier and slower, and fucking David Spade was in them, and I wanted to stab him in the eyeball with an icicle like Die Hard. Crack it off in his eye. So, what we're saying, Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot is not that bad.
Better than a icicle in the eyeball, Crash Bandicoot.
NooBTooB says.
Yep.
The last one is an interesting one. So it's
Kage Densetsu.
The Legend of Kage.
Kage
2. Do you remember Legend of Kage?
No.
Back?
No.
It's that one game. So it was in the arcades. They also made it on the NES. But the kind of like the first level, you're a ninja, and in kind of a loincloth, like a dress. It's really weird looking. But then basically, if you got close to a ninja, you'd stab it. But otherwise, you just basically run through a forest, and you're kind of like.
Sounds like Strider.
Nah, kinda. But the whole thing about it was you jump really high.
And you're like landing on treetops and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen
there
that.
was the monks that breathe fire.
Yeah, I didn't like that game very much.
I liked it. It has nostalgia value for me. It's on the DS, so I think.
So is this like a straight up, like exactly the same style?
I have no idea. I haven't looked into it, but it's Legend of Kage. I did like the original. I played the one on the NES so much.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of a nostalgia factor for me. I'll give it a try.
Okay. All right. Well, so that's on DS. So that's one of those things where it's like we get these travel games that.
Yeah, and you're traveling soon, so we'll.
I know. I wish that there was a better game out right now. Like the DS, I was thinking I'm going to be going on the trip next week, and I was thinking Kirby.
No,
wrong.
That went over quick. Huh?
Wrong. So
how about Dragon Quest 4? Oh no, is it Final Fantasy 4 or Dragon Quest?
Dragon Quest 4. You're right.
Dragon Quest 4.
That just came out. Okay, that's a good idea. So I'll take that on the plane. We didn't ever review that, and a couple people on YouTube were asking about it. There's no fucking way I'm going to sit on my couch and play Dragon Quest because it's old school.
But it might be fun on a plane.
I'm probably going to sit on the plane. I'm flying Virgin. So Virgin's got the games and stuff built into the seats.
Those are terrible games, though.
But they got TV on demand.
Okay, yeah. That's
the games are fucking awful. They got like Doom and shit. It's terrible.
It's really bad.
But so, honestly, I'm not that interested in Dragon Quest 4, but maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, give it a try. So I think that might be it for new releases. It's a kind of a week.
Yeah.
Fracture.
If Fracture is as good as I hope it is, then it won't be a totally weak.
Okay.
But... so Crash Bandicoot and Fracture both have potential. So at least there's something. It's not like last week when we had nothing
last
to play.
week was pretty bad. But there's still things. I haven't played Stalker yet. I haven't played. That might be it actually.
Yeah.
So I guess I need to play Stalker.
Wait, you got to play Kirby, dude.
Fuck that.
Wait, play Da Blob.
Oh yeah,
Play the blob. The blob's kind of
that's
cool.
True.
It'll entertain you for
Maybe I
like
can
an
borrow
hour
it.
before
Did
you tell me
already
it's
turn
not
it,
good. No, you can borrow mine.
Okay, cool. Check it out.
So, and then next up is site news. Not that much.
No, not that much. There's one other thing I want to add, but let's do the shoop real quick. The shoop is number 42, so we don't know because it's in the future.
Yes.
We don't know who the winner is.
Yeah, so this is a week away, so we don't know who's up, but you know there's going to be some awesome shoops because people are really getting into this lately, and there's been some crazy weird, like, people have started doing these weird paintbrushing effects. They paint, like, zombie faces on us, and there hasn't been that much clone boning.
No.
Which I'm happy. I think what happened is they clone boned my cat.
Yeah, and that was it. It
was like they jumped the clone bone shark.
Yeah.
Like they jumped the shark, they tossed the whale, as it were, and after you have my cat fucking itself.
Which was pretty impressive, actually. Which was really impressive.
That's fucked up. So what you said there was something else you wanted to mention.
Oh yeah. So apparently, we have a lot of events. We have a lot of huge events on NooBTooB.
Yeah.
And they're mostly run by all of our mods, so they do an amazing job. So one thing I want to mention was how amazing the last. Unfortunately, it was like 2 weeks ago now, but the last Call of Duty event we had.
And how often are those?
So those happen pretty much every other week for the most part.
Call of Duty 4.
This is a new thing. So basically, there's a Beat the Mods event every month.
Oh.
They're picking a new game.
Oh.
And then setting teams. So this one was called World War III Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And you had Jam representing the Europeans on one side.
Nice.
Sunflower on the other side representing the U.S. And basically, there weren't enough Europeans, so the Canadians had to go over. Since, right? It's about the same.
If you go to another country, you're going to say Canadian over American, so, That's
yeah, I'm just saying, like, they needed a little shoring help. Canadian was the appropriate
They have a queen.
one. They both have
Fair
the
enough.
queen on their money. So.
Yes.
So they did that, and we just basically, battled it out. And the thing is, like, the U.S. had so many people, we had to start cycling people in.
Oh.
So, after we won 3 rounds, we then grabbed a bunch of new people, and it's just like, we got at least 40 people playing all together.
Wow.
Cycling.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and the Sunflower put an amazing thing. It's a good job.
Go to Sunflower.
It's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
So the next one I think is Halo 3. So Jam, and they're going to try to do the same sort of thing.
Yeah, beat the mods.
Going.
So are you considered a mod? Like which team are? Well,
I was on the U.S. team,
Okay.
and we kicked ass.
Oh,
dude.
you
Do you
spanked
know what the
them.
score was?
What's that?
11-1.
Oh,
Ugh.
embarrassing.
And this was with the U.S. cycling in, so it wasn't like we were stacked.
Yeah.
It was just the Canadians and the Europeans didn't do so
So it wasn't so
well.
much beat the mods. It was like mod versus mod, right? Because it was like Jam versus
Kinda, yeah.
Sunflower.
Yeah, but then you could beat Jam, or they could beat
I gotcha.
Sunflower.
So that's cool. So these are the kind of events that we love at NooBTooB, where if you we don't talk about all the events because we don't have time. We only have an hour show.
And there are a lot of events.
Seriously, if you want a game right now, what is it, like 3 in the morning wherever you are? If you went to NooBTooB.com right now, hopped in the chat box, I shit you not, if you hop on the forums, there's somebody who wants to play games with you right now.
Right.
Any console, any game, there's always people gaming, and it's fucking awesome, and every day it's more so.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of ways to do it, right? If you want to be go to the forums, there's one way is type a message in the shout box saying, I want to play X. Number 2, you go to IRC.
Yep.
There's at least always about 30 people in there, all NooBToobers.
They're down for gaming.
And the last thing is go to Vent.
Yep.
All 3 of them, you just go there, you will find a game.
And number 4, go to the forums, right? Because at the forums, there's what are you playing right now?
Yep.
Let's arrange a game tonight. Let's arrange a game in 3 hours. People are just always setting up events on the weekends, whatever. So, and every weekend there's going to be an FPS of some sort.
Well, last thing,
contest.
there's 2. So not only was the Call of Duty, but then Magenta the next day did a Burnout event.
So awesome. You will never be bored if you're in the NooBTooB army. I shit you not. There's always something to do.
Who are not dicks.
Yeah. So every game is enjoyable. Everyone is talented. Everyone is not a dick. Everyone is, no one's calling each other homo.
Except for Tobin. Tobin does that occasionally.
Yeah. That's it. So please come and join the forums. Come play games with us. We love it.
Absolutely. So each week we feature audio and video voicemails on the show. If you have a burning question, request a funny story, please give us a ring.
Yes. Also, you can contact us toll free at 888-233-8480. Send your audio or video files to feedback@noobtoob.com.
You didn't let me do video.
Sorry. Audio or video.
Video.
Video files at NooBToob. Feedback@noobtoob.com.
Sorry.
Also send us video responses on YouTube. I've been drinking, folks.
Yeah, I know. You're already on your second glass. So video question I prefer, but all questions should be under a minute if you want to be featured on the show.
And please don't forget the yow. So we have a question from Eastman, who usually sends us videos, but this time did not.
Hey guys, this is Eastman, and I'd usually post a video, but I've had a computer meltdown. Anyways, you guys were discussing Fallout 3, and I'm really psyched up because I'm playing through Fallout 2 right now, and I'm really psyched up about the, real time between real time and turn-based, because it's really hard to do an encounter where it's like, oh, look, there's a fucking scorpion. I want to run away. But it takes me like fucking 5 minutes to get away. It'll be easier than, to switch to real time to run away from small fights. And like Tobin said, for the big fights, to use turn-based. So I don't know. I'm seeing that it looks good like that. And also, I agree with Tobin also, not every game needs co-op. All right? Yow.
How awesome?
True that.
How awesome would Fallout 3 would be with co-op? It'd be pretty good.
It's true. A lot of games are made better with co-op, but I don't mind playing by myself.
Yeah.
I'm good company.
Yeah.
I don't ever irritate me.
You love yourself.
I'm a big fan of me.
You never disappoint yourself.
I never disappoint myself.
Another game that would be awesome with co-op?
What's that?
Fable 2.
Oh, snap.
Sorry.
Oh, but they'll release it right after the game
Right
comes
after.
out. Just seconds after that game hits the shelves, they'll be really out there with the content.
I'm sure. Absolutely.
So Fallout 3, he makes a very good point, which is the point that we made before, which is that it allows you to kind of balance the gameplay. Things that people haven't really been focusing on, which if you watch the videos, is the gore in this game is ridiculous. Like, I'm hoping that you get to the point where you don't have to watch the slow-mo gore headshots every time, because that's one of those things where it's funny the first, 100 times.
But then the 101st is just the head...
And it's just I know I killed it. It's like... It's like I've seen that blood spray 100 times before.
Well, they were showing that big video at the Fallout 3 booth at PAX, and they actually showed a bunch of deaths, and I saw 4 heads being blown off, and I'm like, that's a bit much.
It's like in Final Fantasy when you summon the monsters. And the first time you're like, holy shit, the world explodes, and this guy, a dragon with a unicorn on its fucking horn, impaled, and everything's on fire. You're like, yeah! And the second time you're just like,
yeah.
God, the third time you just put it down, you go make a milkshake, you come back, and the dragon's still skull fucking the planet,
And it's 200.
Yeah. Exactly. Or it's miss.
Yeah.
Immune.
You're like, really?
You're like, oh shit, he was made of fire.
Oh.
The skull fucking the planet attack doesn't work on a fire ifrit.
Yeah, you need more materia, obviously.
Damn it! So we're hoping that they learn their lesson in Fallout, and that maybe have the head explosions be somewhat more rare than they look like they might be.
Well, I'm sure. The thing is, you have
it tunable.
I think you have to have the bloody mess perk, which doesn't really help you except for that. So
if you get bored, you turn it off.
Yeah, you turn it off. You do something else. But Fallout 3, as far as the thing, a lot of people are all the purists are still bitching about it. Have you seen that?
No, the last 2 times I heard the purist bitching was the fucking the Diablo 3. When there's why are the colors so wrong?
The Fallout fanboys. There's nothing compared to the Fallout fanboys.
They're worse?
They're infinitely worse, dude.
I haven't even heard this.
Yeah,
so what are they bitching about?
Well, basically, because they like the whole top, isometric view, and they say that basically they're gonna fuck it all up, and then now that the whole mix between real time, they're just bitching and moaning.
It is a very different game. If you're looking for something that's similar to Fallout 2, this is not it. It's totally different. It's
well, it shouldn't be that much, right? It shouldn't. I mean, you should still have the Pip-Boy. You should still have a lot of branching, opportunities that you can do.
Yeah. But I mean, it is what they believe to be an advancement, right? They think that the day of kind of, turn-based, grid-based, moving around, sort of the Fallout thing, they think that they've got something better.
But the Fallout fans are rabid. I mean, they are insanely rabid.
Yeah.
So.
You can't always if you genuinely think you've got a better product, you can't listen to people that don't want change, because no one ever wants you to touch their precious fucking game that they played 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It could be that they're right. It could be that you and I play Fallout 3 and we're like, wow, I wish that they hadn't done it this way.
But I'd rather them try to attempt something else than make Fallout 3 just like Fallout 2.
Exactly. I mean, we've played Fallout 2. Part of me wishes that they would make a Fallout 2 with really good graphics, do some sort of forward port.
Yeah. But I mean, did you play the Fallouts the Fallout after Fallout 2?
I played Fallout Brotherhood. Brotherhood of Steel.
Brotherhood of Steel, yeah.
Was it Brotherhood? Yeah, I played that. I actually kind of liked it.
You did, okay.
Yeah, but that was still it was a little different.
Because that was also an abomination to a lot of those guys. But
it wasn't as good as Fallout 2.
I didn't play it, so I can't really say. But
so we don't know, but we will definitely review it when it comes out.
We will find out.
We were very excited. It looked good. I got to say, it looked fantastic at PAX.
Oh man,
did it look good.
Yeah.
And people were geeked. I don't know where those Fallout 2 fanboys were, but at Fallout, at PAX, everyone was just like, oh, I touched the screen where it was playing. Like, you saw the videos from our PAX thing, where like we turned to this girl next to us, and she's like, Fallout 3.
Well, then the guy that made Fallout 3 was like, turn off your camera. You remember that? That was awesome.
Like, haha, dick.
Yeah, thanks.
So next up is Greg.
Greg
has some questions.
Yes. Greg.
Yeah, Greg. All right, hold on.
I remember Greg.
Here we go.
Hey, white guy, Japanese guy, Yuzo and Chemo. I don't know your guys' names. But my question for you is, how long is this Star Wars franchise milking going to continue? Do you think it'll stop once they quit making movies? Or are we going to see new Star Wars stuff for eternity? Because right now it feels like they're just milking the series. They got their hand on the tit and just... Oh, it's dry. Oh. So just let me know if it'll ever end. Or, I guess you guys don't know for sure, but just let me know when you think this shit will die. Yow.
That was awesome.
That was graphic.
Yes.
That was very graphic with the...
That's right with a NooBTooB, line though, right?
It's gonna be, you know what? I hope that somebody shoops him because there's all sorts of possibilities with what he was just doing right there. And Greg doesn't seem to know my name. Yuzo
and Chemo.
Chemo, I don't know what that's all about, but white guy and Japanese. At least they didn't do white.
He did white guy and Yuzo.
Yeah,
so he got my name.
So you got your name. So to answer the question,
the Star Wars teat will never go dry ever.
Never ever.
We know why, but we'll explain why later.
We'll explain why later. But see, the thing is the nice thing about it for them is that they can just keep writing more. Like they're just like it's not like they have to go back to the canon and be like, oh god damn it, how can we make fucking Luke and Leia do something new? No, fuck no. They're just like, you know what? We'll write a new thing and then say it's canon.
Yeah,
and George Lucas is just like, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, whatever. Stamp.
Yeah, they just got his arm on a fucking hinge. It's just like
occasionally he does write stuff too, which that's a bad.
That always ends up fantastic. That can't ever go wrong. Anything he touches just gets better.
The thing is, the reason is because the Star Wars teat will never go old because there are Star Wars fans that will always buy the shit they produce.
Yep.
Always. If they all of a sudden stop, it would go dry, right?
And the thing is, it's a compelling universe. Like it is. I love that universe that they've made. I wish that they would stop raping it. I wish they would stop just absolutely sodomizing its dead body because most of what they come out with is shit.
So what is good, right? It's obviously the original trilogy. KOTORs. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
Was great.
The Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars series was awesome.
Good.
But anything new that they made? Any new stories?
No.
Because that's my worry. Is just like basically Lucas has so much control over the thing, and he's such a terrible writer. He's really
awful.
bad. He just can't come up with anything more.
Right. So people have nostalgia for 3 movies.
Yeah.
They don't have any nostalgia for the newest 3 movies. They don't have any nostalgia for the storylines they wrote in KOTOR. They don't care about these 10,000 years before Star Wars Jedis. That was a good game, but it didn't become something that people talked about. Like, name me one character in KOTOR. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Like, it was just a fun game, but it's not. The canon is never growing. The canon that everybody cares about is this big.
I don't know if that's necessarily too, because you have people out there who know all of the new Jedi names, like the girl with the freaking tentacle. I don't know, but people are like, oh yeah, what's her face? Oh, I heard blah blah blah. It just happened to her, right?
It's true. It's just not us.
It's not us. But what about those fans? Like, there's a bunch of the thing is, there's a bunch of jaded fans like us. Like the whole Kevin Smith era of moviegoers who love Star Wars and then found out. But then there's these new people
that are getting into it more.
What do you think that is? Is this a generational thing, you think?
It could be. It could be just kind of a fanboyism thing where it's just like you and I might watch an anime and think it's interesting.
Yeah.
On the other hand, someone else would learn every character. They would, collect all the figurines that have the posters. They would learn to speak Japanese to watch it in its original Japanese. There's just a certain element of some people, certain media just appeals to them and they just...
Regardless of the quality of some parts of it, right?
Parts of it.
Yeah.
But, for example...
Yeah.
The reason why, like we said, there will always be more and more Star Wars stuff is illustrated by our next call-in.
Hi, Tobin and Yuzo. This is the one from the forums. Just listening to your Star Wars Force Unleashed review, and it really pisses me off when I hear people say about Star Killer. That's all George Lucas's hand all over it. So a couple of reviews said that. You don't seem to understand what Star Killer means to Star Wars. Star Killer was the concept name, the code name, which was originally going to be given to Luke Skywalker. Before they decided on Luke or anything, they just had they called it Star Killer Hero because they thought the name was going to be Star Killer. And they scrapped that because they thought that it wasn't good, it didn't sound good guy enough. Skywalker sounded much better than Star Killer. So to actually have someone finally be called Star Killer is one of the most prestigious things you could ever have done in a character of Star Wars. So get it right before you start bitching. Anyway, apart from that, I thought it was a pretty good review. Yow.
Prestigious?
Prestigious. Look, dude, Tobin and I love Star Wars. Like, we can recite them. We've watched them billions of times. We are fans.
Yes.
We really are. Like,
but come on! Yeah, like, you know, I don't care if they named a character Virginity Killer, which is what it is for you. Don't ever give that diatribe to a woman. For the love of God, for the sake of your sperm. Please don't say that it is a great honor to be called Star Killer, because it's not necessarily that they didn't put it in the movie because it didn't sound good guy enough.
Yeah.
It also sounds fucking stupid.
Yes.
It's a dumb name.
Well, yeah, not only that, like, remember, like, there's all those stories of, like, oh, yeah, we're going to call Return of the Jedi Revenge of the Jedi. That would have been a stupid name, too.
Dumb.
It's right? Just like Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, it's like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Dumb. Fucking dumb.
So the big problem Lucas has is basically he has nobody near him to say, that's a stupid idea.
I know.
Do something else.
I know. He needs
Work
someone
a
just to
little harder.
slap him in the face. He's like, I've got this great idea. No! Stop it. Stop it. So, but this guy illustrates, I mean, like, thank you for watching the show. We don't mean to be total dicks about it. But come on! In conclusion, it's like outline, point 1, come on. Point 2, seriously.
Seriously.
Subpoint A,
really?
Come on. So sorry, we can't get behind that. That is the game wasn't good enough to justify that sort of.
No, not only that, the history of it doesn't justify and make it all of a sudden a cool name.
No,
Star Killer is a dumb name. It's terrible. Come on.
Yes.
Like Ewok Killer, I would have liked
there you
a little
go.
bit more.
Yeah, Ewok Smasher.
Yeah. I like that, actually.
Leia Raper. What? That's mean. Why did you say that, Tobin? So, I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Oh, God.
That's our show for the week. Check out our website at NooBTooB.com. Participate in our forums by clicking on the forum tab at the top of the front page.
Yes, that's right. If you're watching the video on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscription button right over there. Also, rate this video with 5 rancors. Down there. Hey, and since it's election time, we're starting a new project called Game the Vote.
Ooh, who's my president? Okay, so all you YouTubers who are over 18 and in the U.S., sorry for those of you who aren't, make sure that your vote is counted. We don't care who you vote for. Register and fucking vote because this year is very important. Get out and vote on November 4th. That's all for this episode. I am Tobin Kozaire.
And I'm Yuzo Watanabe. Audio engineering is done by Range. Come over by choice. Strunk. Cheers. See you next week.
We're out!
Blanca's so cheap. Blanca's awesome. All right, dude. You gotta represent.
Fuck Ted Nugent, he's a fucking jerk. I wish that he'd be gone. Chauvinistic Republican kills animals. He forgot how to write a song. He's a dick. Fuck him, asshole. Fuck
Get the flashlight!